Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sarcasm Speaks. Jared and Bob here, flying at you. And speaking of flying at you, I'm going to let Bob fly into this one.
So our save the dates are MIA. Now, we dropped them in the mail on July 1st. No one's gotten them. They haven't come back. Don't know where they are. So now some genius out there is going to be like, oh, did you drop them in a mailbox or did you drop them at the post office? Dropped them in a mailbox. Reason being, I actually mail things fairly regularly, whether it's eBay or work.
Yeah,
I
same.
actually do mail stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some issues with mail, but generally on a large sample size, it's been pretty good. So I don't have a real reason to believe like this is what I mean. I don't have a logical, legitimate reason to believe that the mail won't get to where it needs to get to by
Right.
dropping in a regular blue mailbox.
Totally
Yes,
fair.
it's very easy to say, oh, should have just went to the post office. Yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes too, I don't trust those people either. Because I'm like, yep, drop that off, and then they like take it back, and I'm like, you didn't scan that.
Yeah.
Oh, you need a receipt? No, but don't you have to scan it? We'll
Yeah.
get there. Okay.
Yeah.
So they are MIA. Facts of the case, we dropped them off at a mailbox in Hyde Park, which is close to where we live. And I know July 1st was a Saturday. So thinking, okay, they didn't get picked up on July 1st. They didn't get picked up on July 2nd. Maybe they didn't get picked up on July 3rd.
Yeah. Day
Maybe
before
they
holiday.
should,
They should have.
but maybe they didn't.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't get picked up on July 4th. And maybe the carrier is still a little fucked up from the 4th of July. Maybe they don't get picked up on the 5th.
Right.
They should have been picked up by the 6th, and they should have been fucking to everybody. So something's fucked here.
You obviously you dump them all at the same time, right? In the box.
Yes.
That tells me that there's actually something going on, because it's not like, you know, 17 people got them
No,
and
none.
like
Zero.
13, like zero. Like the fact that
Zero.
zero people got them, there's something is fucked up. Like
Something's fucked up.
that's like a retired mailbox that like they just didn't come and remove, or like
It's new
something.
because it's got the new thing on it.
Well, maybe it's so new it's not on the fucking pickup route.
Whatever. So again, anyone that's sitting there still thinking, should have went to the post office. Yeah, thanks. So, I'm talking to my mother on Saturday, and she's like, "Oh, you got to call. You got to call on Monday." And I'm like, "Ma, they're not going to do anything, right?" I
Yeah,
go,
what are they going to do?
It's regular mail with a regular stamp dropped off in a mailbox.
There's no tracking number.
There's no
There's no
tracking.
nothing. Yeah.
There's no record. Oh, but they get scanned. Even if they run them through a machine, there's no record of these things.
Right.
And because there's no record, no one's going to be helpful. I go, I'm still going to like do what I need to do. Well, she's like, well, you got to call closest post office on Monday. I go, I can't call Monday. I go, I got to work and I got a golf tournament. She goes, do you want me to call? I go, if you want to call, feel free. I go, I will send you, the facts of the case. So I do that. I send her the details, what little details there are.
Mm-hmm.
So she calls the closest post office, which is Hyde Park, which is a small one near Reedville.
Yep.
She gets through to whoever works there. It's a situation where I think only one person works, which is common in some of these smaller post offices.
Yes. Yeah.
And my mother's like, hey, this is the deal. Woman goes, oh, yeah, those are stolen. My mother's like, stolen? She goes, yeah, don't you read the news? Or don't you like watch the news? Don't you keep up? Mail gets stolen all the time. It's got stolen. And my mother's like, how would it get stolen? She goes, the thieves have the keys to the mailboxes. They steal the mail. They go, you can't drop mail in a blue mailbox. That's crazy. You have to bring it to a post office. And this is my mother too. So my mother's like listening to the woman. She's like, stolen. She goes, is there like, where does the mail, when it gets picked up, where does it then go? Oh, big collection bin. She goes, do you have that bin? Probably not. And then, my mother's probably asking some repetitive questions because she's not getting the answer she's looking for. And then the woman's like, listen, I have customers here. I'm the only one. I can't take this call anymore. I got to go. Bang. So I call my mother because I when I finished the golf tournament, she sent me the email because I knew I wasn't going to cross paths with that one. So I'm like, all right. So Hyde Park, no help. Doesn't surprise me. And she's like, how would it be stolen? I go, listen, it's not whether it's stolen or not. I go, that is Hyde Park for you.
Yeah.
You get a very direct answer. You get an almost unbelievable thing. And it gets snapped off as though it's like,
don't you watch the news?
It's like, the mail didn't get delivered where it needs to go. Nope. And it didn't get returned to them. Nope. And it's been over 2 weeks. Yep. Oh, stolen.
Yeah.
Stolen? Yeah. Don't you watch the news? Like, obviously it's stolen. Obviously it's stolen.
Yeah. Yeah. Duh.
Now, if you work for a post office, let's profile for a second. If you work for a post office in a neighborhood of Boston and you go, it's stolen, obviously. There's vandalism all the time. Like, shit gets stolen. It's like, ooh, those damn kids in their stolen mail. Like, yeah. Okay. But then you can also look at it and go, if she says it's stolen, there's no further questions. Because if they go, oh, maybe it's lost, how would it have gotten lost? Like, where would it be lost? Like,
right.
Where does it go? What's the path? Like, who was working that? Can't you ask who was working that day? If you say lost, can't do it.
Yeah, there's a million follow-up questions.
If you say undeliverable, well, why would it be undeliverable? The stamps were correct. The return address was correct. I know the addresses were correct. Everything was correct. How was it undeliverable? There's follow-up questions. You say stolen. No one asks any follow-up questions.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm explaining to my mother. My mother's still like flabbergasted at like the interaction she had. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I go, so the only thing I'm going to do, I'm going to call Milton Post Office. I go, perhaps. Now, I don't believe this to be true, but if all of the save the dates are together and all of them have an issue of some kind, don't know. I don't think that they can drop off 130 plus. I don't even know how many save the dates there are. I don't think they can drop all of those off in our mail slot. They won't fit.
Right.
Because we live in a townhouse, not a mailbox. Like, I go, maybe they're being held for pickup because they can't be delivered back to me. Right. I go, I don't think that's the case. I think I'm making up protocol here.
Yeah.
But
you're giving the post office too much credit.
No, but I am telling you, like 130 envelopes wouldn't fit in our mail slot.
Right.
It would have to be, fair. They would have to go into like a bag and be left or they would have to stick a note.
Do you have an outdoor mail apparatus?
It's like one of those things. So it's like, it's not big.
Yeah.
It's not 130 fucking envelopes big. Could be more, could be less. I don't really know. I'm only in the wedding. So I call Milton and I'm just playing stupid. I'm like, hey man, just giving you guys a call, seeing if you got anything for me. I left, save the dates. I go, they never got delivered. This is 2 weeks ago, 17 days ago. They didn't get delivered. They haven't been returned to me. The reason I'm giving you a call, I live in Milton. I didn't know if there was an issue with them. Would they be somewhere for me to pick up? Like, would they be coming back to me? I go, I only live in a townhouse, so we have like this really small mail slot. Like, I don't think if they all got returned, it would come back to me. And he's like, well, they'd only get returned if there was an issue with them. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird, right? He's like, yeah. And he goes, they didn't get delivered? He's like, yeah. He goes, did you call Hyde Park? I go, sure did. Yeah, what'd they say? I go, the woman over there said it was all stolen. He goes, stolen? I'm like, that's what she said. He goes, all right, can you describe these things to me? I'm like, yeah, man. I go, like, he goes, were they like letters or were they like magazine? I go, dude, like, think birthday card.
Yeah, it's 130 birthday card
Like their
things.
birthday card shape.
Yeah.
They had one single piece of cardstock in them. They were addressed ahead of time. Purple envelope, black ink. We hand stamped them ourselves. He goes, purple envelope. He goes, was it dark purple or light purple? I'm like, I don't know, man. It could have been like in
Jesus
the middle.
Christ.
He goes, black ink, purple envelope. Because I might not have been able to be red. Because that could be an issue right there. I'm like, okay. He goes, let me do this. He goes, let me see if I can go up the chain here and see if I can find out anything for you.
Let me call the Postmaster General, who's sixth in line for the presidency.
He goes, let me see if I can go up the chain and find anything for you. He goes, give me your name, give me your number. He goes, if you don't hear from me by Friday at 10 a.m., give me a call back. He goes, I'm going to be honest. If you don't hear from me by Friday at 10 a.m., it's not looking good. You're probably just going to have to redo them, reorder, whatever. He goes, but give me a call back. But if you don't hear from me Friday 10 a.m., I'll see if I can track them down in any way, shape, or form. So therein lies the difference between the Milton post office and the Hyde Park post office. So that is what my I guess headache for the beginning of the week has been. Trying to track down these fucking things.
Fantastic.
Fucking mailbox.
Oh no, they're stolen.
Yeah.
I think the best part of that is that his response was stolen.
Like, how they would have been stolen.
So yeah, I mean, if I had to put money on it, right? Like if I'm gonna put if we're gonna lay out odds, right? Let's do this. We're not famous enough to have MyBookie actually run these, but if you guys go to mybookie.com,
where are the save the dates?
You use the promo code Sarcasm Pod to double your first deposit up to $1,000. If we're gonna put odds on it, if we're gonna say still in said mailbox, stolen in the Hyde Park post office, or the field, right? Like those are your four, like literally anywhere else. I would say the shortest odds are if I were going to make them, I would say the shortest odds are on they're still in that same mailbox. They never got picked up.
Yeah, but it's been that's the thing though. I'm like 17 days, it hasn't been picked up. Like that's just good timing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, you would pick the one mailbox in Hyde Park that doesn't get fucking picked up for 17 days.
Yes, because it was a Saturday.
Yep.
And I couldn't possibly have brought them with me to work on that Monday and dropped them in a mailbox that I generally always use.
Yeah, no.
Actually, there's two in Easton that I always use.
And the actual post office is across the street from you.
One is at a post office. It's the blue mailbox outside of the post office. I wonder if that one gets broken into all the time with the kids and their keys.
Yeah.
Oh, the thieves have keys to the box, obviously. Like,
what a fucking the fuck kind of answer is that?
Oh, it's amazing. And of course, that's who my mother called Hyde Park. Right. That's the answer she got.
Right.
I call Milton and I get, probably what will amount to nothing.
Yeah.
But at least I feel as though Dave from the Milton office is at least going to send an email. Yeah. Now, he might send one email and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
According to his theories also, I would say the second shortest odds are they're at the Hyde Park post office.
So I also,
because if it was a dark purple envelope with black ink, and they're like, if they do run them through a machine, even though
Yeah.
they don't track them, but they sort them,
Yeah.
then the machine wouldn't have been able to read them. So they're probably sitting in a stack of 130 fucking cards in the back of the
No, they're
Hyde
probably
Park
sitting in
post
a bin
office.
of fucking 500 things that can't be fucking read.
And all the envelopes are dark purple.
Yeah. So I don't, and so Michaela did pull up a picture. The envelopes don't look dark, but that doesn't mean that like the mail sorting machine
Right.
didn't have trouble. That was the
Right.
only thing I was talking to my mother. My mother's like, well, isn't there like a human working? I go, yeah, at some point, but like, this is the thing is everyone's going to get 2 of these. So, you know, I hope you guys all enjoy having 2. I go, I really don't doubt that they're somewhere and there's just a problem. I don't know what the problem is.
Because it's
No one
also
can-
just the save the date.
It's just
Right.
the same day.
Because I could
It's
also
not the
see
invitation.
the invitation being overweight.
Or if it's
Right.
too thick.
Yeah, if it's overweight or too thick, then a single
the 2
stamp won't cut
cents.
it or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I could see that. But a normal save the date.
But
No.
those would have also been returned to us by now because it would have been insufficient postage or some shit.
Right.
So yeah, this is a fucking saga. But yeah, note to self again, all you fucking geniuses out there. I know, I get it. Yep. We'll drop them off at the. You know what's gonna happen too? I'm gonna fucking walk in. I don't know which post office. I should probably just go see Dave. But I probably won't, even though he was like super helpful, or I guess super as helpful as a fucking federal
Right.
employee can be.
Yeah.
He was. And I'm probably still gonna fucking roll my ass down to like Easton or some shit. And it'll be some fucking old lady. And I'll be like, hey, can you just like make sure these get mailed because we fucking fucked up the first time?
This is
And
the
she's like-
second time we're
She's
doing
like, well,
this.
and I already know what's gonna happen. Well, I don't. You want me to take all those? Yeah, that's why I'm handing them to you. That's why I waited in this fucking line. Oh, well,
Yeah.
you could just drop them right over there. Like, can I? I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know if I
Huh,
can.
you could have just put them in the mailbox out front.
Yeah. Oh, the blue mailbox out front would have been good. Yeah, would it?
Those things are pretty secure. You know, it's not like people
Oh,
come
no-
and just open them up
No
and
one's
steal the
breaking.
mail.
Yeah, no one's breaking into those. That's what I'm gonna get. When normally I walk in there and it's like nothing. Like if
Yeah.
I get grunted at, it's probably a pretty good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone will be like, "Oh yeah, you didn't need to give me all these. Fucking clearly, I had to.
Yeah, because I tried this before and they got fucking
Didn't
lost.
fucking work." Yeah, they're either lost or they're in the fucking queue or I don't know. Because I do think now I don't know the inner workings of the mail. I would not be surprised if for whatever reason the color combination or the ink type or even like the fucking font thickness.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the machine can't read it. So they're just
Did
like
you handwrite them or were
No,
they printed?
they were printed from
Okay.
whatever company
Okay.
that it all came from.
Yeah.
Um,
Great
Yeah.
move on your part, by the way, because handwriting envelopes fucking blows.
I'm not fucking handwriting them.
We also never sent out thank you cards for our wedding, but whatever.
Well, you got
We were like-
2 months.
We were like gonna start, and then we were like, yeah. And then Amy got pregnant, and then we were just doing other shit. And then it was like 6 months later, and it was like, I think it's kind of too late to send him now. So then we were like, fuck it, whatever. I
Was
mean, I
like
said
my-
thank you to everybody that was there. You need me to send you. You need me to mail you a fucking card.
Just don't drop it in the mailbox.
I
never-
said thank you for being there.
Dude, you dropped no. You dropped those in the Hyde. I dropped those in the Hyde Park mailbox for you, didn't I?
I don't know. Oh, you never got them? That's weird.
Oh,
Yeah, I was on
stolen.
my way to work one day and I dropped
Yeah,
them
they
in the
got stolen.
mailbox on Hyde Park. Yeah.
Yeah, they got stolen right outside the Rockland Trust.
Yeah.
You didn't know
Yeah,
that?
that mailbox is notorious. Don't you guys follow the news?
Yeah, don't you watch the news?
Yeah.
You can't drop mail in the mailbox. It gets stolen. My mother's still like, because I talked to her this afternoon. She's still like, I can't believe like the woman I talked to. I go, I absolutely can believe the woman you talked to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we'll see. Because the other thing too is, if they come back to us, we got to order new ones anyway. or we got to order new envelopes or labels or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. The guy was like, "Oh, did you guys handwrite them?" I go, "Nope, printed." He goes, "Oh, was the labels white and black?" I go, "They weren't labels. It was printed right on the envelopes." He goes, "Oh," I'm like,
Yeah.
"Fucking A, man."
Yeah.
Like, got it. White envelopes, black
Yeah.
letters, bold, Times
Yep.
New Roman, fucking 16, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it
Yeah.
takes.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's a really interesting point that I never would have thought of until
Like the
right
color.
now. Yeah, the color of the envelope actually matters.
Well,
Like if you're
I'm thinking the font matters too. Like, if you
yeah,
can go bold,
even
go bold.
handwriting. Like if you have a dark purple envelope and you just take a black pen and write on it, like that's probably not good enough, right?
Yeah, even if you had like red, like that might fuck with the machine, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or you use one of those like fucking silver Sharpies.
Because you know what's hysterical? Like when my mother, yeah, like it probably can't read Sharpie for whatever reason,
Yeah.
or God forbid, use like one of the fine point ones. Oh, too thin. Um, yeah, because like occasionally my mother will have me like sign birthday cards for like my godparents. Is that the only people still alive? I think. Um, so, but like I know she doesn't send them. Like she doesn't take the birthday card envelope that you get at CVS with the card. She puts them in another envelope and sends them.
Oh. Yeah, that's like an old school thing because
Yeah.
back in the day,
Yeah,
people
because
actually did
dude, they're
used to
gonna steal the
steal
mail.
mail.
They're gonna steal the mail.
Yeah.
Actually,
People,
so the fucked up part is, like, joking aside, she was working with someone. Like, it is like a Barry's cousin Larry's cousin Gary situation.
best
So
friend
someone she knew at
Larry.
work, their daughter and their husband or her husband, or maybe it was the husband, or maybe it was Barry's cousin Larry's cousin Gary. Um, Someone had stole a letter that they had sent. It included a check.
Yeah.
And they had taken the check and they altered it so that whatever it like amounted to like way more money than it was supposed to be. And they were like bouncing checks and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. So
Yeah.
the mail does get stolen.
No, yeah,
It's
and that's what I mean. That's more of like an old school thing where like I remember my mom saying that to me once, like, oh, if you ever have to mail a check, like put it in two envelopes or like don't just mail a check, like buy a 99-cent card from the dollar store and put it in. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
because people used to like
Yeah. And it was like
actually
never send
look
cash for
through
that
it. Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they would look through the envelope, hold up a light behind it or something, and be able to see what's inside. But I mean, I don't know how many people are still doing that in 2023. I feel like there's easier ways to fucking
To rob people.
to rob people.
Yeah. Credit
Like
card
just
fraud.
send them a
Stick a gun at their
an
fucking mouth in the
an
car.
AI phone call that their loved one got abducted and
Yeah.
you need money, right? Like the fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, the wedding's still on. Maybe you guys will get save the dates.
Yeah, maybe we'll just get the invitation. I mean, I know the date.
Yeah, so
I
that's
know
like
it's
that's the
June
only thing
21st.
is like, we'll get them out, but it's like I understand like it's like a whole year away. I'm like, yeah, but people have shit going on.
Yeah.
Like someone texted, like this is kind of like what got me going. Someone texted me on Friday going, "Hey man, what's the date again?"
Yeah.
Oh, it's 6/21. We're like working on, save the date. Like I just said, it was 6/21. Like
Yeah.
we're fucking working on it. I'm trying to get them out. I fucking can't, but we're trying. Goes, oh, okay, yeah. My brother-in-law's like he's looking at dates for his wedding too. And I'm like, see, this is like that's why like I want them to get out
Right.
for that reason.
I almost just spit my fucking tea everywhere, by the way. That was pretty good.
Like fuck me.
Obviously, this is what fucking happens.
And all because and truly, it's all because it was right around the fucking holiday, and I knew I could not. I know it's easy. Oh, I'll just stop by. I knew that I could not get to the store, the postal store.
The mail store.
I knew I couldn't get to the post office that Friday. Like there was like I was not gonna be able to get there.
Yeah.
Because the one in Easton's also fucked up. Like because only one person works there, they take like an hour lunch break, and I'm pretty sure it was exactly when I was gonna be leaving that day.
Of course.
Or no, maybe it was the day that we played. No, it wasn't the way they.
Oh, you know, you could have just left him in the blue box.
Don't worry, I tried. So yeah, whatever reason, I knew I couldn't get there, and then I don't even know if they were open on the 3rd. They probably were. Yeah. But again, the like when I would be leaving work, the one in Easton's closed for lunch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous.
So that's what I get for trusting the mailbox. Luckily, I still got 2, but I'll never fucking tell you people where they are.
You're not going to steal any of my mail.
I need those mailboxes to fucking work.
Oh, man. Fun fact about the mail. If you prepay for your postage and you get the like the payment wrong, they just charge you for it. And then you're good. You get like a strongly worded letter in the mail, which is just pretty funny because it's coming from the post office.
How do they get there?
But it gets there. They just charge you more for it. Because that's what happened to me. I sold something on eBay and I got the weight wrong. I think I sold it and with the weight on eBay was like 12 ounces or whatever. And it ended up being like 17 ounces. So because it was over like whatever the threshold was, they just charged me like an extra like $1.30. And then I got a letter in the mail from the Postmaster General that was
nice of him. Nice of him to be able to help you out like that.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, you provided the wrong postage amount, whatever. Luckily, we had your account on file through a third party, so we were able to charge the difference.
So they can fucking figure that out. They can figure 5 fucking ounces out, but they can't even find 130 of the same fucking envelope.
Well, clearly North Attleboro post office is superior to Hyde Park.
5 fucking ounces. They found 5 fucking ounces, which I know it's easy. They just when they scan
it's a scale. Yeah.
Because I've actually gotten money back before. With too much.
Yeah.
I paid too much in
weight.
Postage in weight.
Yeah.
And I've gotten money returned to me.
Yeah.
Like directly through eBay too. It was weird.
Huh.
Which I guess makes sense because they can always give you money back. It's harder for them to just take it from you.
Yeah.
Usually they got to bill you for shit like that.
Yeah. I think I had to accept, like I had to go on eBay and accept the charge.
That probably makes sense.
Like they didn't just like pull money from my account.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like I got the letter in the mail. Hey, it's 2023. I got an email immediately. And then like 4 days later, I got the letter in the mail that said the exact same thing in the email that I got from eBay.
You're a fucking postage delinquent.
Yeah, I had already paid the extra postage and like we're all good. And the package might have even gotten delivered before I got the letter from the fucking Postmaster General.
Dude, he's busy.
That's true. He could be the lone survivor for the fucking presidents.
Could be the lone survivor. If there was a big meeting, he could have been in a fucking secure location.
That's true.
Do you know how hard it would have been for him to Morse code that letter out to somebody to send to you?
Oh man, that's pretty good. Fucking all for just save the dates.
It's fucking 6/21, everyone. Fucking get it together.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, by the way, it's June 21st. Fuck off. Just start texting people.
So I will say, if this dude calls me back and goes, hey man, I found them. They're in like a sorting facility, whatever. There was an issue with them. They're coming back to you. If that's the case, I am going to be fucking texting everyone and I am going to say, Here's the date. The real fucking actual save the date will be along at some point.
Yeah.
This is a fucking fiasco. And that's
Yeah.
almost probably exactly how I'll word that text.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. If you didn't know already.
Or maybe
it's this date.
because I'm too much of a cocksucker to mail fucking mail. Here's the save the dates. A real one will be coming soon. P.S. Leo's on it.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
And then everyone will get two somehow.
Yeah. 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 Of course.
Oh, yeah. We said they were coming back to you, but they actually got mailed out.
Yeah. We were able to figure it out. So we sent them out for you.
Actually, I got them rushed for you. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cocksuckers, I think we have a race to the bottom of just like shithole in the country between New York and California. I saw this. Actually, Vinny sent this to me again. This is another one of those where you said like,
oh, when he's
Vinny,
sneaky. Yeah, he's sneaky political.
Vinny is like sneaky political and like tapped into everything. Anyone that's been listening to the show long enough, yes, that Vinny, the same Vinny that's been on the show before, shit-faced, slurring his words, unable
falling
to
asleep.
fucking, yeah, wrapped in a blankie, like just fucking, yes, that's the same Vinny. Yeah, sneaky political and sneaky tapped in to like what's actually going on. So he sent me this article where it's about New York City, or in New York City, Black and Hispanic teachers are going to start receiving massive payouts. Some people may be eligible up to $1 million because they failed a, quote, culturally biased licensing exam. So,
okay, hold on. So technically these people aren't actually teachers because they failed their licensure.
yes, so it says approximately 5,200 Black and Hispanic former and aspiring teachers will receive part of a massive legal payout from New York City after court rulings determined their licensing exams violated civil rights. So they are, yes, either former teachers or they're still trying to become teachers.
Wow, what a fuck up that is.
Yeah.
How do you fuck a test up like that?
You don't.
Actually, should I? Okay, so I was just about to say. So I didn't read the article. I didn't read the article, right?
Yep.
So when they say that they're culturally biased, I took that at face value. Should I have taken that at face value?
No.
Okay. Go on.
So, according to the New York Post, blah, 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 showed that 225 people that failed the liberal arts and sciences test. So this is two tests. Liberal arts is one, science is the other. So literally like two opposite ends of the spectrum here. Used for teacher licensing between 1994 and 2014 will receive settlements of up to $1 million. Oh no, at least $1 million. Sorry. The city's settlement in total is amounting to $1.8 billion.
You said it was 5,200. Hold on. How the fuck? What was it? 1.8 billion?
Yes.
It's good to know the city just fucking has this around. Yeah, that math doesn't work out. That's only 350,000 per person.
Well,
didn't you say at least $1 million?
So, so the records show that these people had received settlements for at least $1 million. So there was a separate.
They already have?
Yeah, there was a separate. There's a separate. What's the word I'm looking for? Settlement case, whatever.
Settlement.
So 225 people sued for a timeline between 1994 and 2014. So 225 people split up at least $1 million. right? They don't have the exact number, but they said at least $1 million. Now there's 5,200 people that are going to be receiving 1.8 billion.
So that's 346,000 per person, if
Correct.
divided equally.
If divided equally, yeah.
So it's good to know that this has cost the city of New York already $2 billion.
Yes. Yep.
And that's a nice payday.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, teachers are the real heroes. So
yeah, they probably do deserve it.
They have to, this includes hero pay, you know, because they have to include the time they could have been teaching during COVID from their homes via Zoom.
Yeah.
Like real heroes on the front lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. The front Zoom lines. Yeah.
Yes.
So the lawsuit originally filed by 4 teachers in 1996, which is hilarious.
Jesus
because
Christ.
It's grown to 5,200.
Half this, dude, they're not going to have to pay out 5,200 people. Half of them are going to be fucking dead.
Yeah. The claimed that the exam was culturally biased in favor of white applicants.
In 1996, probably.
Now, here we go. This is the best part. According to the plaintiffs, more than 90% of the white applicants passed the multiple choice and essay test, while Black applicants only passed 53% of the time. Hispanic applicants only received passing scores 50% of the time. That's it. That's the end of the argument. The test is racist.
So
because more white people passed than Black and Hispanic people.
Listen, whoever like charged that argument, they need like a fucking Nobel Prize or something. Because
whoever that lawyer is
they did
fucking
no
incredible.
work.
Yeah.
Literally no work. They did fucking 3 bad math equations. And they just earned whatever dollars off a $1.8 billion settlement. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, whatever their commission is.
What do they take? 20% of that? I don't know. I've never used.
I don't know what lawyers' fees
I've only
are.
paid lawyers hourly.
Yeah.
Is
it like a real estate where like end of the real estate agents are like 6%?
I think. Listen, if I'm a lawyer,
yeah,
and like say I'm a lawyer in New York City and I'm $1,000 an hour, but a case like that comes up, you'd be like, yeah, I am 20% of that shit.
Yeah.
The rest of you fucking split it up. One.
Yeah.
That's a lot of zeros.
That's a lot of zeros.
20% of that's $360 million.
Jesus.
Is 20% too egregious? Even 5% is 90 million. That's got to be worth at least 5%.
It's got to be 5. He's got to take at least 5%. Because that would be like
$90 million is 5%. Yeah.
That's a solid payday for a shitty math equation.
for 3 bad math equations.
Yeah. Yeah.
But absolutely capitalizing at the right place at the right time.
Yes.
So you don't have to like it. You don't have to like you don't have to like the ruling. Like, dude, the ruling's stupid. We both know that. Like, let's not get into that. Let's have some fun here. Whoever this lawyer is going to earn every penny of their somewhere from 90 to 360 million.
Joshua Sohn is his name. Sohn.
Again,
lead lawyer Joshua Sohn.
Anyway, that 5 to 20%.
Yeah.
Which I'm fucking hoping he got a fucking percentage on that.
I hope he got at least 5%.
So anywhere in there, you, sir, have absolutely won the prize for seeing an opportunity and capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
That is fucking pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And they agreed with them. That's the best part. Someone agreed with them.
So you're absolutely right that they capitalized on the timing, right? Timing is everything.
Yes.
Because this originally went to trial. So this went to trial in 2003.
And it had to have gotten shot down.
And it got shot down.
Yeah.
So they kept appealing. And in 2012, a federal judge ruled in favor of the plaintiffs, right? Of the people complaining, whatever.
Then it got appealed from the other side.
Yeah. So now it's Manhattan federal courts are now saying like, this is the deal. So here we are.
90
Because
million over 30 years. Still 3 million a year. That's a pretty good
90% of white people that took the test passed it. 53% of black people that took it passed it, and 50% of Hispanic people that took it passed it.
Dude. Obviously,
Therefore,
the test was racist.
Obviously, it's racist.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So that's
good city you got there, New York.
That's something.
Good city you got there.
Yeah. I told you it's a race to the bottom.
I'm still sitting here
New
like,
York and California.
What the fuck is the point of New York City?
Honestly, I had nothing really anymore. Right? Like it used to be.
Because back in the day, it's like, okay, well, Wall Street's here, so all of the investment bankers are going to be here. Okay.
Now you can do investment banking from your fucking house.
And it's like, all right, all the big law offices are here, so all the lawyers are here.
Right.
Okay. Doesn't need to be that anymore.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't see the point of New York City.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be like the fashion hub and the
you
media,
can buy clothes anywhere.
The media hub and all that shit. And it was like
media sucks now.
Yeah, the media sucks now. Most of it has shifted to California. And no one really gives a shit about New York. So I guess social media,
but it's still popular. It's crazy, man. It's still
it's like a legacy thing. It's like, oh wow, New York, huh? It's like fucking New York, you know, because all the like the Frank Sinatra songs and like, you know, all the songs. Oh, it's New York. It's great. Oh, it's great. But
I've never been. Doesn't it just smell like piss everywhere?
Yeah, it's not awesome. It's really fucking busy. Like, there's people literally fucking everywhere. The one time I went with Bill. We stayed in Hell's Kitchen. I was really, really hoping I was going to run into Matt Murdock, and I didn't. I was looking everywhere for a blind guy to be like, Matt, is it really you?
Or a guy with fucking, he was in Harlem. Never mind. I was going to say a guy with bulletproof skin.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, we walked over to Times Square and like, yeah, it's really fucking bright. I think honestly, we were at Times Square at like 2:00 in the morning. And if you told me it was 4:00 in the afternoon, I would have believed you, because like there's just fucking LED signs everywhere. Like it's just ridiculously bright. So it's like, okay, that's like kind of cool, I guess. Like if you're into that.
What, lights?
Yeah, I don't know. That like
Times
Square is like really bright, I guess. And I don't know. Like Jaimo took us into like these like random bars and stuff. And I've heard other stories that like there's like the cool scene, right? It's like you go through like some scaffolding and into a bar and it's like a speakeasy, but like only certain people know about it. It's like those type of fucking people.
Me.
Yeah, it's like the hipster fucking losers, right? Like, oh, we're the only cool kids that know about this bar. It's like, hey man, fuck off, right? Because I'll go sit at Jake and Joe's and drink a beer and watch fucking TV. I don't need to go through scaffolding, knock 3 times, do a fucking pirouette, and
to
say
drink
the magic
drinks
word.
muddled with like fucking real flowers and shit.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit.
Oh, and
we infuse smoke right into this fucking bourbon.
In the mix,
man. Go get a cigarette and blow the cigarette in my face as I'm drinking it.
We had those in Savannah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't need it.
Yeah, definitely.
And all of the mixologists, definitely have curly mustaches.
Yep.
And they're probably wearing like a fucking like leather like overall thing.
Yes, definitely like leather suspenders. Yeah. Or plaid suspenders.
Clown show. Actually, I think that was Charlotte. We had those fucking smoke things because we had to we had to follow the place on Instagram to get into the speakeasy.
Yeah, that was the dumbest,
right?
That was the dumbest fucking thing ever. I remember standing at the front and the host, it was a guy, right? Pretty sure it was a guy.
Yeah.
And the host was like, "Oh, if you want to go in there, you need
the password or whatever."
And I'm like, "Okay, well, how the fuck do I get the password?" And he goes, "Well, you just have to follow us on Instagram." And I go, "That's it? You can't just fucking let me in?" So I like follow them on Instagram and I go, "Here, I just followed you guys. Like, can you let me in now?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll take you guys." Like, that was the dumbest fucking thing ever.
The room wasn't even full.
Yeah, sick speakeasy, you fucking loser. I think I unfollowed them as soon as we got inside.
Probably.
It's like, "Oh, yeah, you need the password." Okay, well, how do I get the password? You just follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, because I forget how they said the password gets out.
So you couldn't just let us in at the beginning if
I
all I have
forget.
to do is
It
follow
was
you?
something like the password gets let out. I don't fucking know. I was fucking hammered.
Yeah,
so.
they like post it on their story for like a couple hours, I think, and then delete the story or something
Yeah,
like that.
that was probably before I fell off the scooter.
Yeah,
Actually, we may have taken the scooters from there.
we may have.
May have.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
yeah, yeah. So
Kind of have a feeling we did.
that's yeah, that's that's New York City
Yeah,
in a
nice,
nutshell.
nice city you got there.
Yeah, not that cool. What else? Oh, actually, this is pretty funny. Um, I think I'm gonna save it for my final thought though. So before we do that, I actually have interesting news that's like kind of positive in a way for a change. One, because we don't get it a lot, and two, we don't get it a lot from this country. So the UK, hello, governor, they are trying to pass regulations countrywide, or yeah, are they a country? Yeah,
What
they're an
the
amalgamation
U
of countries.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's Britain, it's Great Britain, Wales,
Hold
and
on.
Northern
UK,
Ireland.
GB.
I think it's Great Britain, Wales, and Northern Ireland makes up the UK.
Yes, because Great Britain is only the three. Wales,
Right.
Scotland,
Scotland
England.
is in there too. Yeah, okay.
And then Northern Ireland makes up the UK.
Okay.
Because then sometimes in the golf, whatever is like the matches, it'll be like GB and I.
Yeah.
That would include all of Ireland, not just Northern.
Okay.
Or the UK, either the UK's three or Great Britain is three. One of them's three, one of them's four. They're all the fucking same thing.
Yeah, I think Great Britain is 3. I think that's England, Wales, and
Scotland,
Scotland.
Wales.
Yeah.
And then the UK includes Northern Ireland.
Yes. So anyway, the
It
UK.
might actually be the other because I think Rory used to be from Great Britain, technically.
Huh.
Because
Who knows?
he's Northern Irish, not regular.
Yeah, I know he is Northern Irish.
But then I think he has since somehow become Irish for like.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Yeah.
You guys used to hate each other, and now you're like,
But
oh,
now somehow,
he's
yeah,
one
but
of
now
us.
somehow he's got the actual Irish flag and not a
No, he still has the Northern Ireland flag. It's the white flag with the red cross with there's like a coat of arms in the middle. So the England flag is just the white flag with a red cross, and then Northern Ireland is effectively the same thing with a coat of arms in the middle.
Okay.
And then obviously
I
Ireland
still
is...
think he could have competed for Great Britain in the Olympics. And I think he chose not to.
Okay. All right. So either way, the UK is expected to pass regulations requiring teachers to tell parents if their child is now going to question their gender, which, like, huge fucking deviation from the norm in this country, right? And huge deviation from the norm in the UK, which is like tends to be more socially liberal recently than this country. So I think it's kind of interesting, right? Like maybe maybe I'm being naive and optimistic, but this could be the pendulum starting to swing back the other way. But so here's the details. Government officials provided information about the new regulations. They're supposed to be unveiled next week. According to these regulations, schools will be required to tell parents if their child is questioning their gender or considering different pronouns from those assigned at birth. If the parents do not approve of a student's preferred pronouns, schools won't be allowed to use the pronouns, per the sources. Even if parents do approve, teachers and other students won't be required to use these pronouns. The guidance advises that any student who wants to identify as a different gender should first undergo a period of consideration. The guidance will be crystal clear on all fronts. Interview with the BBC, blah, blah, blah. We're producing guidance for schools to know how to deal with children who are experiencing gender distress. There's quite a lot of confusion about what the law says. It's important that parents are aware of what's going on and what's happening with their children at school. So then the minister of fucking education, or whoever they use over there, was asked a question, and she fucking turned it right around on the people that asked. So there was a question asked: is telling parents that their children want to use different pronouns outing the students? And the minister responded that the issue of gender identity is very different than sexual orientation and not a trivial thing. And she said she's ensuring guidance. The guidance will ensure everyone is getting the balance right. So obviously in this country, there's LGBT groups that are fucking ready to like go blow up the UK now because of this. Because why can we, God forbid we ever have any sort of civil discussion about any of it.
Meanwhile, South Carolina is like banning any and all pronouns now. Like,
yeah.
it's like, oh, look over there. Quick, slide that through.
Yeah.
Tennessee has just banned genders.
Yeah. So
biology only.
Conversely, to follow up on New York, piling on New York in a race to the bottom, New York State recently passed guidance saying that teachers should require no more than a statement from the student, not any parental consent, expressing their gender or pronoun preference. So in the shitty state of New York, if a 7-year-old goes up to their teacher, a 7-year-old boy goes up to their teacher and be like, I want to be called Zimzer, they're now Zimzer. In the UK, if a 7-year-old boy goes up to their teacher and says, I want to be Zimzer, the teacher now informs the parents, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Johnny's mom and dad, we just want to let you know that Johnny came up to us and said that he now wants to go by Zimzer pronouns. Is that okay with you? Parents now have two options, right? They can say, yeah, sure. What the fuck do I care? Or they can say no. If the parent says no, Zimzer pronouns will not be used. And even still, if the parents say yes, and someone doesn't use Zimzer, there are no repercussions for mispronouncing. So to me, it sounds like the UK has this shit figured out. I feel like that is 1000% how this should go, right? If a child wants to use different pronouns, it's the teacher's responsibility, it's the school's responsibility to inform the parents what is going on with their child at school, right? And then they can handle it however they want, because it's the parents' job to raise the children, not the fucking teacher. But in this country, in particular New York, and in the state, the shitty fucking state that we live in, we have people that literally say it is none of the parents' business what happens to these kids at school. I've seen people say that like on posts on Twitter and videos that have been posted on Twitter. So it's not just text, it's real videos of people saying what happens with kids in school is none of the parents' business.
It should be entirely the parent's business.
It's 1000% the
actually.
parent's business. Yes, you spend 7 hours a day with the child, but it's not like you spend 7 hours a day with one single child. Like, you're not solely responsible for raising this one child. You get them for 7 hours a day in a group along with like 20 to 30 other kids the same age, right? Like, you are not their fucking parent. Their parents are their parents, and their parents should be involved in parenting the child. Did I use the word parent enough in a phrase? Because I can use it some more.
I should just get us fucking canceled right now and say whoever pays the bills gets to decide.
Yeah.
So biology dictates first, and then whoever is paying the bills, they pick.
Yeah.
They pick what happens.
Yeah.
You don't like it? Get a job at 14, then you pay your bills, then you decide whatever the fuck you want to do.
Right.
Because the other thing too is, I can find multiple, not just one. I can find a decent amount of fucking middle school kids that don't think Italian's a language. So you're going to allow them potentially, you're going to allow them to change their gender based on their own opinions when there are certain very simple, very basic facts that they can't even comprehend.
Yeah.
Like the existence of Italy. That is, in fact, a country.
With a language.
Where
with
they speak.
An accompanying language.
And I know I've mentioned this before. I'll say it again. These kids believe that they speak English with an Italian accent. They believe it's all like every person in Italy is Joey and Tony from New Jersey. That's what that is what these kids are thinking. And we're going to allow them to fucking choose their gender?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
it's
again, just what does that make? Does it make me what type of bigot?
All of
gendist?
The bigots.
Am I gendist bigot?
A genderist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hate to see it.
But like I said, the good news, right, is that the UK has figured it out.
Yeah, but the only problem is like their shit hasn't mattered since 1776. So it's
That's fair. That's very fair.
And the only other this is an actual like an actual fucking thing. If you tried to pass that here federally, never going to happen.
No.
Impossible.
No.
Well,
I also don't think I would support that anyway, because
I know, because federal
government getting involved in fucking pronouns is
so remember
ridiculous.
But the UK
That's
is doing
Canada.
that.
That's what
you
Canada
said.
did.
So the UK is doing that countrywide.
Yes.
Or multiple countrywide.
Yeah.
So they're doing that. It would never work here because.
Well, there's also like a size difference too,
no,
right?
It's
like you can get
the
away.
Size of fucking Rhode Island. I don't even know.
I think you can get, basically. I think you can get away with more federal government involvement if your country is smaller, right? I think you actually need it, right? Because
go to North Dakota.
You don't have states, right? Like,
go tell North Dakota, which doesn't exist. So all these imaginary people, go tell them that you're gonna roll out this like gender policy, whatever. They're gonna fucking laugh at you.
Oh yeah.
Like, no, why would we give them an avenue to do this shit?
Yeah.
They go, we'll just stick with biology and he, him, she, sure, seashells.
I always go back to, I feel like I've said this a million times on the podcast, but I always go back to like the animal thing. Like, how do you know your dog's a boy or a girl, or your cat is a boy or a girl? You lift the fucking leg up, right, and see what's there. Like, it's pretty fucking easy to figure out.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're something else, okay, that's fine. Like, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong.
When you pay the bills, you handle it.
But like, don't force me to think I should know something that's not obvious. Right? Like, if you're sitting there like looking like someone like me, right? Like, I've got a full beard and fucking hair, right? Basically everywhere. if I sat down and was like, oh yeah, my pronouns are she, her, and then I got pissed at someone for like mispronouncing me, be like, hey man,
You also probably need a fucking hobby, but
like do yourself a fucking favor, right? Like first go get a razor blade.
yeah,
And like,
maybe look the part.
yeah, so it's like
How dare I?
yeah,
Like there's one look.
yeah. But good on the UK for using common sense, right? So
Common sense is not so common.
yeah, this is true. So we'll see. We'll see where things go. Like I said, I mean, potentially things might start swinging back the other way. I guess they kind of started to, but like instead of really like generally swinging back the other way, it's like some people are like, it's like a tug of war, right? Like people are trying to like tug
No,
the
it's like the
pendulum.
big Viking ship that used to be at the carnival. Like
Yeah.
it goes all the way here, comes back through the middle at full speed,
Yes.
and goes right to the other side.
Right, right. But it's like the people that are on the left are still like flipping out and resisting change, right? Which is funny because just to like oversimplify everything, like progressive means change and conservative means opposed to change. So it's like conservatives are now trying to change the way that progressives think, and progressives are resisting the change from the conservatives. I find that
Time for a flip.
hilarious. Maybe I'm a fucking nerd. Maybe that makes me a fucking loser, which if so, so be it. But I think that's fucking funny. So, on that note, you want to wrap things up?
We can wrap this up. So as you heard me mention, I had a golf tournament yesterday. That's why my mother managed to call the Hyde Park post office. So I think I had my first bout of real, true, actual tee box yips.
Really?
Yeah. So want to moist it. We start on the 10th hole. I mean, there's bunkers out there, but like there's fucking space. Like lots of space. Snap hook. I'm like, all right, you know what? No swings because they don't have like they have a members range. It's like 150 yards. They don't let us use it. Fine. No swings. That was the first swing I took. Actually, don't even think I took a practice swing. Not even like multiple. Okay. Shitty shot. Fine. Felt like shit. I didn't feel great on Monday. I got fucking blasted on Saturday, just like outside here. I was so fucking hungover all day Sunday that it definitely extended into Monday. Or it's not even the hangover extends into Monday, the after effects do. Like
Yeah,
I
it's the
drink a
lack of
gallon and a half.
sleep.
Yeah, a gallon and a half of water, not even close.
Yeah.
Falling asleep on the couch midday, so then I don't fall asleep at a normal time. Yeah, the whole thing.
Right.
Didn't feel great. Whatever. Snap hook. They fucking happen. Okay. You know, make double on that hole. Absolutely fucking slap.
Was this the first hole?
This was 10. So we started on 10. First
Right.
hole. Next hole. Big hook. Okay. Let's figure this one out. Next hole. Long par 3. Sick. Come up 30 yards short. I'm like, all right, we are just fucking firing on all cylinders today. Next hole. Hook. Next hole. It's got a big pond. Your options are hit driver over the pond or aim way the fuck left and hit something less than driver. And I'm like, you know what? Driver's hooking. All I see is water. If I hit a hook, it's wet. Doesn't matter what the fuck I do. I go, just give me the hybrid. I'll aim out left right at that tree. Nope. Hook that in the water too. So for anyone counting at home, that's the first 5 shots that have been 4 hooks and a par 3 iron that came up 30 yards short. So leads me to the next hole, 193 up the hill, par 3. So I got a fucking hybrid and I'm like, dude, just fucking slow it down, figure it the fuck out. Hit that fat. So it goes 110 yards. I have 84 yards to the pin. And I am just sitting there like, wow, this is fucking bad right now. And I think I was getting beat by a guy whose back fucking gave out on him on his very first swing of the day.
Who's he? Me?
Bad dude. He was like one-handed follow throughs hanging back. He hit driver from 192 and just ran it up there. It was closest to the pin out of our group.
Maybe that was the play.
So that's through 15, which is 6 holes for me. I have not hit a good tee shot. I must be, what I say, 6 holes? I got to be 8 over through 6. 2 doubles and bogeys the rest of the way. Does that add up? Whatever.
That's too much math, too little time.
So then we get to the 16th hole, which I think is the hardest hole in the course, or if not, it's the hardest hole in the back. And I hit this ball and I'm like, wow, fucking watch out left. I just blocked that thing the fucking hell. Nope, tight draw, best drive I hit all day. And I'm like, so we have absolutely no idea where this ball's, actually, we do know where this ball's going. It's all hooking. And we have no feel for what's going on either, because I was convinced I just hit that into the other fairway. So we got 1 good drive out of 7. Step up to 17. I'm like, all right, well, that one was pretty good. Let's hit another hook. Do that. Hook it, punch a 7 iron, par 5, punch a 7 iron, chunk an 8 iron. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you actually doing out here? Like, you are, like, this is fucking bad. So that's through 17, my first 9 holes. For those counting at home, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 hooks, 30 yards short with an iron, a chunked hybrid, and 1 good drive. But then we got hot. 18, we're in the fairway. Perfect. 1, we're in the fairway. Perfect. 2, in the fairway. Perfect. 3 is the short par 3. It's like Justin Thomas's favorite hole fucking ever or some bullshit. That
really?
runs right.
He plays at Wannamoisett?
So Wannamoisett,
did they host like a junior or something?
They host an AM, and it's the Northeast Amateur. So like, that's one of the elite amateur events. I forget what the category is. There's like 6 top amateur events. That's one of them. Like Dustin Johnson's one there. Colin Morikawa's one there. And then like, if you go back in history, there's like some names and shit.
Francis we met?
Probably. Truthfully, he probably did.
Yeah, probably.
No, and it gets a lot of like acclaim, and it gets a lot of credit. I don't know if it's all due. Dude, don't get me wrong, it's a super nice course. It's a good challenge. The bunkering is fucking unbelievable. The challenges there, the holes are there, the varieties there. It's impressive because it's on like this super small plot of land and it's a full championship length, whatever. But yeah, for like, I don't know, man. It's like one of those weird things for like people to be like, oh, that's such a great par 3, such a great par 3. Dude, I hit a pitching wedge into it. And that's the thing. It's like the surrounding areas are super fucking hard. But ultimately, it was 119 yards into the wind for me.
Yeah.
And the green's difficult. Yeah, I get it. Like, I don't know. So I don't understand the like some of the par 3 love for like people and things.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if it's short, people love it. And if it's super fucking long, people love it. And I'm like, I think I'm missing something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I gotta go play a fucking 250-yard par 3 in a couple weeks at Myopia. And people are like, oh, what a great par 3. According to fucking who?
Yeah.
Like, I have to hope I can rope a fucking 5-wood into this thing. And not only do I have to hit it online, it's got to fucking stop when it like gets over this shit. Like,
right.
Such a fucking hard shot. And it's like, oh, great par. Really, really, really strong par 3. Why? Like, why is this hole this long? It does not need to be. It could be 2-15 and it would be just as fucking hard. Anyway. Which now brings us to the 4th hole. 4th hole is real difficult. So yeah, naturally, we're back to hooking it. Fifth hole, pop up. Sixth hole, hook. Seventh hole, hook. Eighth, big flare on a par 3. Ninth hole, hit a great drive, ends up in a bunker. That's my last hole of the day. I'm like, this is fucking sick. So I'm thinking that was full on T-box yips. I couldn't fucking do anything.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly sounds like it.
And in like the drives that I hit good were almost like by accident. Like they didn't feel good.
Yeah.
They weren't like again, they were like odd feels or like, I'm like, oh, I just blasted that one left. It's like, oh nope, here it comes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was all fucked up yesterday. And it extended a little bit. I only played 9 holes today. It extended a little bit into like I went to the range, extended kind of into like 1, 2, and maybe 3. Like once that ball hit the ground on 3, I felt fine. No, it's extended into 4 because I fucking fatted an 8-iron off the tee.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's definitely something to keep track of.
Yeah.
But yeah, like full on no control over the fucking T-ball and no idea where it was going or what I needed to do to fix it. It was fucking fucked up. So
That's always good.
the only thing I'm thinking
It's a great game.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. Also, I'm at my career lowest handicap, and then I get the fucking yips in the first tournament.
I've noticed that. You're what, 2.2?
2.2, lowest it's ever been.
I follow
and
you. I follow
thing,
you on the Gin app.
Yeah, I've got like a bunch of people in there. And the thing is too, it's like now again, for the same people who told me go to the fucking post office, yeah, understood. You probably want to say nerves or something. But the problem is I didn't feel any like nerves.
You've also played there before.
I've played there before. I was playing with 2 of my fucking friends.
Yeah.
Like, and one of them, his back fucking, I said, like, yeah, like I said, his back went out on the fucking first hole. So I'm sitting there laughing my ass off. It's not like we were in like fucking death match here.
Right.
And I looked at who was in it. I wasn't going to win. So it's not like I'm trying to win.
Right.
Maybe that was the problem is like, I knew I would just like I was just plotting my way around. I don't know, but I didn't have it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know, because I've also had like, this isn't the only time this has happened. There's been times where I've just like been off the tee and I go, I cannot get a ball in play. I just can't do it.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard you say that before.
Yeah. It happened at Ferncroft.
Yeah.
And that was everything was right there too. Hooks, poles, everything.
Yeah.
So that could be a question for Classic Gary. But I think also being aware of it too might like take some of that like subconscious pressure off.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, we're a little yippy, so let's just start doing some crazy ass shit out here. Instead of being like, make sure you're aligned and where's your shoulder. Like, just getting the fuck away from that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Don't overthink and overanalyze.
Yeah, because there was a point too where it was like if I was getting into like a good like alignment, I was actually hitting the ball really well.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like I may have gone too far that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how things go at Pawtucket in 2 weeks. That'll be my first, I guess, tournament.
So that's a competition round. That's what I would call. I just keep it simple like that.
It's a competition round. It'll be my first one ever. So
because what is it? Is it a Stableford?
I don't think so. Maybe. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Look up the format. It might be a Stableford, because if it is a Stableford and on the holes that you're getting a stroke, you can pick up with triple, and on the holes you're not getting a stroke, you can pick up with double. For those member days and shit, they might employ that because it'll keep things moving.
Yeah.
That could be. Plus, you have varying levels of shit, whatever. But maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's stroke play. I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it says I did end up joining the member division.
What
So
tees is
the
that?
58 to 62.
Yeah, so I mean, like that's what it like that. Like I'm not gonna tell you which tees to play because I don't want to tell you. Ooh, play the short ones. It'll be easier. Like,
Right, because it
but
doesn't
then
necessarily mean it's easier.
no, because it might mean you have to fucking
I
like hit a 6-iron off a tee, and if it's like I don't know,
might have to go
sometimes
like 6-iron, 6-iron.
yeah, there might be some fucking goofy shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna have to. I'm also assuming they're gonna send out the like the rules,
Um,
maybe, or
I
like
mean
some sort of information about it.
there might be so I'm actually on it right now. I wanted to see about. So if you go back to the website, there should probably be something that says
Oh yeah, it says event home and player information
the
page.
player information sheet generally is that's like some of the things you might be looking for.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I had assumed. I wish I would have read this before, but I ended up going to what is it, Blue Tea Golf or something, whatever it's called.
For the scorecard.
Yeah, to look at the scorecard
Yep.
because on the thing, like you saw, I sent you like a picture of the screen. It just gives you like a range.
Yeah. So white tees are 6,100.
Yeah, yeah. But it says like members will play from the whites, men's will play from the reds on like the registration page. It doesn't tell you what tees they are. It just gives you like a range.
No driving range. USGA rules. Any local rules will be on site. Gotcha. Pro shop credit if you win anything. Taking a cart. Dress code, food, beverage, scoring. One person's a marker, paper scorecard.
What does that
I
mean?
guess it. Oh wait. Oh, okay. So it is. So it's individual Stableford. So the one key for the Stableford, it allows. So again, it like if you're having like a really tough time, it allows you to pick up.
Okay.
So if you now you might need to
Because the
know which
Stableford is just points. It's
it's
not stroke. It's not
points.
stroke play.
It's not stroke play, so it's points. Now, whoever plays the best, period, generally wins. Still, um, but the advantage for a group like this or an outing like this is like this is how we play myopia. If like you can max out on a hole, so if it's a par four and you're getting a stroke, which will be dotted on the scorecard, the most you can take on that is a 7 because that'll be 0 points. So
Right.
whether
You
you
can't
want,
get negative points.
you can't get negative points. Generally speaking, this is probably how it's going though.
Right.
Because if they're doing it as a stable for that would be the thing, so that people aren't grinding out fucking 12s on holes and shit.
Yeah.
And then the only thing with that scoring, what it is, there's a Golf Genius app, that they like input it into and do it live. So what you'll do is you'll keep your score on paper anyway, like regardless. And then before anything gets like submitted at scoring, you'll just confirm that the punched in numbers are correct.
All right. I mean, looking at it now, I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm not going into this thing thinking I'm gonna fucking do anything anyway. But looking at it now, I probably would have entered the men's division because
Oh, because it's 58.
the men's division is 58, the members is 62. Because like on the thing I sent you, it gave the range of 58 to
it was
62.
like 5 to 54.
Yeah.
Um,
So I probably should have read this before.
well, there is also a contact here, Kyle Sherman.
Yeah.
It's on that info sheet.
Oh yeah.
You could reach out to that dude and just be like, "Hey, I'm an idiot. Could you put me in the
men's division instead of the members?
Yeah, with the red tees.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
I'll probably
I think
have to do that.
like I just like, hey, obviously I registered. I didn't see the info sheet.
Right.
The red tees would be a better fit for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy enough.
Yeah. And especially if you get it, because the lottery just closed yesterday. So if you get them, like if you send that out either tonight or tomorrow, that should be plenty of time. Like they definitely won't have a tee sheet set by then.
Right. Right. Yeah, the registration closes at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh yeah, so fire it off tonight, and then that way, before registration closes, they can make that change.
Yeah. Cool. That works. That might be my final thought. Is I signed up for my first competition. Well, actually, I signed up. It was a lottery. I had to enter a lottery to play in the member day for Mass Golf. So there's a bunch of different ones. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20. There's 20 events throughout the year that Mass Golf hosts, and they're all at different. Are they all private, or some of them?
I think they're all private.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of calling it like a member day to it. So whatever, it would make sense to me at least. So they're all private golf courses around the state, or I guess, and Rhode Island.
But fun fact about Pawtucket.
It's in Seekonk.
The clubhouse, and I think the first tee, is in Rhode Island. The rest of it's in Massachusetts.
The rest of it's yeah.
Is its address actually Seekonk?
No, it says Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
But it's I guess 95% of the course is in Massachusetts.
Yeah, Amy's cousin literally lives right there. That's where the wedding was.
That's Pawtucket over there?
That's Pawtucket.
I thought that was
Club.
Ledgemont.
Yeah, no, that's Pawtucket.
Oh, I thought that was Ledgemont this whole time.
Yeah. I mean, Ledgemont may also be over there.
Oh, but dude, you were talking in parts unknown to me.
Where we had the wedding was that house is like whatever, like 3 blocks from Pawtucket Country Club.
They're probably in the same area though.
They could be.
I could have. I always do this. I always look shit up. So I'm like, I'm guessing that what I saw actually was Ledgemont.
Yeah, depending on which way you drove.
Oh, dude, they're like fucking.
Are they like right next to each other?
They're across 152 from each other.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? No, because to get to that house, I had to go down 1A. Is that the road?
Yeah.
That goes into Pawtucket?
Route 1. But they both do 1A and 1.
Are they different?
In that section, yes.
Okay, I think it's 1A. Newport Ave.
That's 1.
That's 1.
1A is where you wouldn't know this, but there's a Yankee Spirits like down there. That's like Attleboro. That's 1A. And Route 1 is Newport Ave. That takes you through Pawtucket. That's how I go to all my clients in Rhode Island.
I want to say it was 1A. Yeah, I want to say that because 1A is the same way I go. Yeah, Walt's roast beef. I saw that. Okay, it is 1A. 1A is Newport Ave. I'm looking at it right now.
So then I have it backwards.
Okay. So when we went to the wedding, I had to drive down 1A in Pawtucket the same way to Wannamoisett. I remember
Yep.
that.
Yeah, you drive by Wannamoisett. That's I know. I drive by
And
Wannamoisett all the time.
yeah, and then I cut over. So I think I drove past Ledgemont, not
Okay.
Pawtucket Country Club.
Okay.
That could still be wrong though. Because
So yeah,
that's definitely
that
parts unknown for me.
that
That's
tournament,
convenient for you though.
it is. It's like 15 minutes away.
Yeah, because I know so there's definitely not a member day at Wannamoisett or Agawam Hunt, but those are
No.
all in that same area.
Yep.
Ledgemont.
So I signed up for obviously that one. I signed up for some other ones that I obviously didn't get.
Yeah.
I think New Seabury was one of them that I didn't get. Indian Pond, I didn't get. Ledgemont, obviously, I didn't get. So Pawtucket, I think I signed up for Milton Hoosick too, but I didn't get that one. That one is next
That's up by
Monday.
me.
Yeah. That's like this coming Monday. So a week from yesterday. And then Pawtucket is on the 31st. And then what other ones did I sign up for?
I want to say I
a
convinced you.
Coaxit.
Oh, my spot.
Yeah.
I also want to say I convinced you to sign up for Whitensville.
Yes. I think I did do Whitensville. And I feel like there might be one more, maybe Crestwood.
Oh, Crestwood. Wait. Is that near? No, that's not near you.
Yeah, it's in Rehoboth.
Are you near Rehoboth?
Yeah, I'm not far. Not far
Jesus
from Rehoboth.
Christ.
It's like 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's not.
I mean, it's not as close as Seekonk.
Yeah.
But
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Because like I played at Hillside Country Club in Rehoboth, and that's like 25 minutes for me.
Yeah, so it's not bad, but it's not as close as I was thinking.
Yeah.
Actually, those other ones are all in the same area.
I'll tell you right now. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't know that they were all in the same area until literally right now. Crestwood is 9 miles from my house. Yeah, 26 minutes.
9 miles and no good way to get there.
Yeah. Yep. So I get like sneaky a lot of good golf places right near me.
Yeah,
but they're all fucking private.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like you're in a private.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's a private hotbed, but I don't know. People like obviously Wannamoisett's reputation. People like Pawtucket. Ledgemont's weird because they may have had some money issues and they may have had some unforeseen course condition issues. So I think it's been dragged a little bit, but I don't think that means it's bad. I just think a couple hard times and then COVID probably saved it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. Obviously, I'll keep you and everyone posted how it goes. So
make sure you write down every shot. That way we can go shot by shot.
Yeah. Well, it'll be the first time in a while. I'm not planning on using the 18 Birdies app.
You can click on tournament mode and it's legal.
Oh, really?
Look for a tournament mode or a tournament switch.
Okay. I was going to just use the card. So what I was going to do is go through 18 Birdies, which I already did today after I registered, and like map out the course, right? And be like, okay, I'm going to take notes.
Still do that.
Yeah, I'm going to take notes, like, because I told you there are a couple holes that look really tight off the tee and be like, judge it, maybe driver, maybe not, right? And some holes like hit driver, some holes not. And then, we'll see. I'm going to try and map it out for there. But I also don't want to be like the dickhead in the group with his phone out the entire time, because I know I look like a dickhead because I use 18 Birdies all the time when I golf, right? And I know it's probably annoying to people that I play with to watch me like fucking tap my phone every single time I go to do something. And it's like, okay, yeah, like whatever. I don't love it either, but I'm trying to like track my shit and use my stats and like get better, right? So
Yeah.
that's just kind of how I look at it. Like yes, I understand it's probably annoying. It's annoying to me too, especially on the times when like I forget to track a shot.
Yeah.
And then I have to backtrack and do like 3 shots in a row and drag the fucking tee shot back to where it's supposed to be and like that whole thing. But you know, like I said, I'm trying to get better. If I can eventually get to a sub 12 handicap, I may not use the 18 birdies. Like I just may say fuck it, like in, you know what I mean? Because I might not be out there, find the need to be out there to click the fucking button every single time I go to hit a shot. What club are you hitting? Let me scroll and find the club that I just hit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I would see what the deal is with tournament mode, because with 18 birdies, there's definitely some stuff that's not legal for tournament use.
yeah,
Slope, wind, and club recommendations, all of that's illegal. But there has to be either a slider or a mode or something to make it tournament legal, where you get GPS and yardages only.
yeah, I have it right here. There's a little slider. It says tournament mode.
Yeah, that's legal. So,
Yeah.
And if you don't want to record your club data because it's your first tournament and you're like, I don't feel like doing this, don't do it. Easy.
Yeah.
Then you won't have the data, but
yeah,
doesn't really matter. Like, after I chunked that hybrid at Wannamoisit, I stopped fucking writing my shit down. Like, there was no point. I go, I'm gonna get nothing from this.
All right. Well,
I should come fucking. If I didn't have that tournament, I'd come fucking spectate. Spectators are allowed.
They are.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Imagine that. I fucking.
Well, if you didn't have the tournament, then you would have fucking got to play with me because I got 2 spots.
That's true.
I was in the lottery for 2 spots.
that is true.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's gonna do it. So, thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that button up top. Subscribe also if you're an audio only guy. Like, rate, review wherever you are. Tell everybody you know about the show. Leave us 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Twitter is Sarcasm_speaks. Facebook is Sarcasm Speaks. Website sarcasmspeaks.com. Go to the merch store, buy some merch. While you're in a purchasing mood, go buy some Moon Brew tea. I was drinking it earlier over here. Go to moonbrew.com, use the promo code Jared16159. That is still the promo code. They never changed it. Thankfully, because we've made a handful of sales, I will say, over the last like 3 weeks. So thank you to you guys for pumping that promo code in there and getting your 10% off every single time you check out. Helps you guys, helps us. So thanks again. We already talked about mybookie.com earlier in the show. And so now we have grillyourassoff.com. You go there, use the promo code SarcasmPod, and you will get 10% off your order every single time you check out over there as well. So that's going to do it for us. So until next time, good night, everybody.